things can be, let's say, negotiated. It will not just go to the county executive and then come back to us and be a total disaster. There is a chance for some negotiation there. And believe it or not, there is even a chance that when we start working on this and see how onerous some of these changes may have to be, we may have to accept something less than what we asked. Instead of 10.25 mils, it may have to be another millage rate. But the bottom line is we are running out of time, as the county executive has mentioned. And if we have an extension of this by the process that is allowed in the county charter, maybe we can work on some other aspects here and get some of the savings that we want and that we need, and keep the tax increase low in a period of hard economic.
Professor Dougherty's voice sounded very pleasant and very cooperative and very nice in what you just said. And I'm trying to figure out, we gave you a budget on August 31st. You've had it now for almost 2 months. You went through a series of hearings. You had every department head in, the judges, the corrections department. In fact, I think if we went back to the minutes and the record, when the judiciary was in front of you and when the corrections department was in front of you, I don't think nearly a question was asked. Now that makes up more than 50% of our budget. Not a question was asked. Not a comment was offered. Not a suggestion was made. And I realize, Commissioner Roman, it's a hard job. I was a city councilman. It's a hard job. That's why you run for it, and that's what your work is to do. And it's not a 2-month process. In fact, on June the 1st, when we started working on the budget, we sent a letter to every one of you. And we asked for your inputs and your ideas so we could build that into the budget before you got it on August 31st. And you all know that. We got 2 responses. A long memo from Mr. Hansel and some suggestions from Chairman Brown. Nothing from anybody else, all summer long. So we give you a budget. You do a series of hearings for 2 months. Ask nary a question. Now, with all due respect, Professor Dougherty, you say very syrupy and sweet after offering us up $350,000 in suggestions. Here, go cut $19 million. And you know what? We can do it together. We've been working on this budget for 5 months. You've cut $350,000 out of a $391 million budget. And you turn it back with 5 days to go and say, here, go find $19 million. You haven't done your job. You haven't cooperated. That's not a process. There's a word for that I'm not going to say.
Fire them all.